Hey guys, what's up? I'm here today to show you how you can go about building a Pidgeot. So Pidgeot is a dual type normal flying Pokemon. He's weak to electric, ice, and rock, and resistant to grass and bug. And he also ground and ghost types have no effect on him, and that's pretty cool because uh, two different types don't have any effect on him. Uh, his stats are pretty all around, and then his speed is pretty good. It's breaking 100 just barely. Uh, so yeah, there's a he could be a special attacker or a physical attacker, but usually you'd want to go physical attack just because it's a little bit higher than a special attack. Not by much. So if you do want to go put some special attacks on him like Hurricane, that's perfectly fine. I like to run him more physically. So here's one of the builds you can run on him. Obviously, he's got a couple of physical attacks here, like Fly and Double Edge. For item, I have King's Rock. King's Rock is a really good item, just really good, useful. Uh, what it does is a move that normally wouldn't have any chance of having your opponent flinch, has a 10% chance of having them flinch. Like it wouldn't have anything to do with Bite, because Bite could make a Pokemon flinch, but stuff like Flying Double Edge, they're going to get a 10% chance to make your opponent flinch when you're holding a King's Rock. So it's a really useful item. Uh, anyways, his ability is Keen Eye. I like this ability. A pretty good ability. It means that no matter what they do, they can throw as many sand attacks at you as they want, but your accuracy is not going to get lowered. So it's pretty useful. So that means that most of his attacks are always going to land. It's going to be really helpful. Unless they use like double team or something, that's going to be the only way that they could pretty much avoid your attacks. So for moves, we have Feather Dance. I have Feather Dance on Pidgeot because he's not great defensively. I mean, he has a little bit of all around stats, but still his defenses are not that great. So if you throw a Feather Dance or two on them, it'll lower your opponent's attack by a lot. So he's going to be able to take a couple of physical attacks, and he's pretty fast, so he might get in there first and probably block some damage if he gets a Feather Dance in. Pretty useful move. I like it. Anyways, we have Roost next. Uh, Roost is a really good flying type move. It has the drawback of it's sort of like Synthesis and like Soft Boiled on a Blissey, stuff like that. Um, it heals half your health, but the drawback is for flying types is they lose their flying part. So if ground type moves will be able to hit them. That's not very good on like a Charizard. Like Charizard can learn Roost, but you probably won't want to put it on him because any Earthquake is probably just going to one hit him that turn. Also, we have Fly. Fly is just a really strong physical attacking flying move. Uh, it has 90 something, I think 95 base damage. Pretty powerful move on a Pidgeot since his attack is pretty pretty good. Not great, but uh, he can deal some damage with a Fly. And then we have Double Edge. You could put Giga Impact on him too, or even if you don't want to put one of those moves on them, because obviously if you don't like the recoil or having the way to turn, like when you use Giga Impact, you don't have to use them. I like to use them because, especially with Double Edge, because Double Edge is a really powerful move, and it's also a normal type, so Pidgeot will get the same type extra damage thing. So he will deal a lot of damage with Double Edge, and then even if he gets a lot of recoil damage, he could use Roost and get a lot of that health back if he needs to. So Double Edge, I think, is a really useful move on Pidgeot. Really powerful damage dealing move. It's effective against a lot of things except Steel and Ghost types. Then we have for his EVs on this build, I have 4 in HP and then 252 in attack and speed. The reason I have it in attack and speed is because this build is more about being a fast physical sweeper. Get in there and deal a lot of damage really quickly, and then maybe heal up or get in that Feather Dance before they even have a chance to attack you. Really good to have a lot of speed on him, so I went with a Jolly Nature. You could also go with Adamant Nature to boost his attack instead of his speed, but you really don't need special attack for this build because you have no special attacking moves. Another build I like to run on Pidgeot is this one. For an item, you'll have a Wide Lens. You could also use a King's Rock too, not a bad move. This is a more of a annoying kind of build, so a King's Rock might be a good suit for it, because when you damage them, they might flinch, on top of all the other things that you're doing, so that can be really useful. His ability is still Keen Eye, like I said. Make sure a lot of his attacks hit. It works pretty well with the Wide Lens because your attacks are always pretty much going to hit, because you got the extra accuracy with the Wide Lens, and they can't lower your accuracy because of your ability. For moves, I have Hurricane. You could also, if you want to keep up with his attack, you can use, I don't know, Fly or something like that. But, I mean, this is not the only move you can use. But if you do put in a physical attacking move, you're going to want to, I have his EVs in health and speed. You might want to put some in attack if you have Fly, and take some out of HP or something. But this is all pretty just normal stuff. I have Toxic for poison and Whirlwind. Pretty good combination. You can poison someone, Whirlwind, and poison another, and then just keep poisoning his entire team. It's kind of really good strategy. So if you if you have someone on your team that knows like Stealth Rock or Spikes or something, you could put those down, and then you can poison people while they're taking damage from Stealth Rock, and with Whirlwind it'd be a really good combination, because every time they send someone in, they'll take damage, and you could just poison them with Toxic, so really good combination. And then you have Roost for if you get low, you could just heal up. Yeah, so that's pretty much a well-rounded move set for Pidgeot with the Wide Lens, so all of it's going to hit, like Toxic and Hurricane. Hurricane also has a chance to confuse the opponent, so that could be really annoying as well. If you have, this is one way you can run his EVs with 252 in health and speed and 4 in defense. You could also run like some of it in, like half of it in health and half of it in special attack if you want. But I like to do this just for that extra bulkiness, and the more health you have, the more health you get back with Roost, so that's really good to have a little bit extra health on this build, so this is how I would run it. For nature, I'd also have Timid, if you want to run something that boosts your special attack, instead of putting EVs in it to boost up that Hurricane damage, go ahead. This is just what I like to run, because you're not using any physical attacking moves on this build. You can forget about the attack, you don't really need it. And speed, you really want that speed to get in the Whirlwind really quickly, and then to Toxic them before you can they can fight back. So yeah, these are not the only ways you can build Pidgeot, obviously. There are a lot of other interesting and useful builds that you can run on him. This is just two of the ones I like to run on him. They're both really good and really useful. They could be used on your team really well. Well, I hope this build helped. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.